Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Look at all the space I have today. Look at this, everybody. Sitting on the throne by myself in the big room. Hey, everybody, come see how good I look. All right. You guys are very fired up on that side. So,
oh, this is ridiculous.
Let me see if I got this. Let me see if I got this. All right. First of all, before we get to everything that's actually happening in that room right now, let's make sure everybody knows today's a huge day. All right. Today's a very, very big day.
Perhaps the biggest, Zaz.
Really, and you may be saying, Zaz, what are you talking about? The Heat aren't playing tonight. The Panthers aren't playing tonight. How's this a big day? All right. But Mike, Cyclones.
That's
this
right.
Is it, right?
This is it. This is the Magic City Fronton finale. The final Battle Court game ever played at the Magic City Casino. We are moving venues next year. It is Battle Court Championship Day.
Big day or not a big day?
It's a big day.
That's a big day.
Perhaps the biggest day of my life. And I came in with a certain type of energy. It's not every day that you get to wake up knowing that the team that we co-own can win a championship. Today, 7 p.m. Live on YouTube, live on the ESPN app. ESPN3 is still a thing, I've been told.
Now, that's for real. Like, it's on...
Yes.
So I'm on ESPN tonight. I'm on ESPN Radio tonight.
You are busy. You have a good excuse. I could literally Google what you're up to tonight.
But, like, I could tell people while I'm on tonight, I'm doing the show with Amber Wilson, and I could tell people while we're on, like, hey, you could go watch on the app... You could watch the Cyclones. That's a
right.
real thing?
That's right.
If you want to see a championship tonight, like, 'cause a lot of people don't know. Some people are just at home. What do I want to watch tonight? You could see a championship tonight.
If you're not in Miami, if you're listening to us abroad, I just booked your Friday night plans. Yeah. Open up a nice bold cab, cuddle up on the couch, and watch the Cyclones win a championship.
How long is a highlight match?
It depends. Doubles take longer in the Battle Court final. It's all doubles. That's what the playoffs are. So this could last about like 2 hours. It depends.
But is it kind of like tennis where it can be really short or really long?
Anywhere between 2 and 3 hours. 3 would be a long match.
3's a long time, man. 3 hours.
Oh, stop.
All right, son.
Everything slows down in the playoffs.
How long is the radio show?
3 hours. Okay. On 7 to 10 tonight.
Okay, you want to do it live from the Fronton?
I would. That would be amazing.
It does get a little loud.
It would be amazing. Why don't you do it?
Yeah, you should do it.
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit late for me to sell that to ESPN.
No.
Hey, come set me up down at Magic City.
Live from a championship.
I know. I would like that, but this is something we should have arranged before 10 hours till showtime.
You could argue corporate synergy. Hey, we have a championship game being played on the ESPN app. And I can broadcast live from there. You guys send
great internet.
You guys send me to some of the biggest sporting events in the nation.
That's right.
And this is one that's in our backyard.
Now, how when I'm selling it on the air to listeners, like, hey, how do I sell it?
I think you should, number one, tell your update anchor to play it straight. Like, you have sport. Do they still just do it at the top of the hour?
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? Top and bottom.
Top and bottom.
Depends what day part you're on, but tonight when I'm on, it's top and bottom.
Top and bottom. Here, we gotta legitimize this sport. So just make sure it passes.
It's a simple sell.
Yeah.
Hey, sports fan, do you like to witness greatness? You want to see the best back quarter in the world go for a title tonight? Huh? I mean, it's just like Unda, the revelation.
Are you guys
see him?
Undertaker.
Have you had moments where you're thinking to yourself how it's going to feel to own?
I'm not going there yet.
To be you haven't thought about.
So this is exciting because I have lifted the prestigious Battlecore trophy. It was inside the bubble. It was a COVID season, the first ever season, and it's, have you ever done heroin? Everyone says you're chasing that first high for the rest of your life, and that's been us with Battlecourt. We're chasing that first high.
I wasn't even there for that one. I was on a cruise.
He was on a cruise.
Wow, absentee owner.
Yeah, trust me, we've been there.
Can you imagine if the Heater in the NBA Finals and Mickey Harrison's on a cruise?
I could actually. Because that's his other job. That was a bad example because he.
No, it's a great example because he would never be on the cruise.
Of all the examples in sports, though, probably the worst.
No, that's why it's a great example.
Be like, I'm sorry,
because
I'm on
he
a cruise.
owns it and he would still never be at that job. That's
you're bad at analogies.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. He owns Carnival Cruise Lines. Like that would be a legitimate excuse. Better than what Roy's got going on tonight.
Okay, so that's what's happening tonight, all right? And I'm gonna make sure everybody on ESPN Radio knows what's going on and that they could watch you guys on the ESPN app because that's how I roll, all right? But all that excitement that we just described, Mike Ryan is also a little bit angry because for the last few days,
I am a little bit angry.
For the last few days, Mike Ryan has been coming in. He's been in the office here.
Got that Bert Ernie cadence. It drives me wild.
And he'll say like, "Who wants to come on Friday? Clone Cartel. I got a suite. I want to make sure that there's enough room for everybody." And I specifically told Mike, I'm like, "Oh man, I would totally come," which I would totally come, but I'm working tonight. I can't.
I know you to be busy.
Yeah. So apparently, like, everyone else is giving you excuses?
This entire back room, open invite, courtside seats. When have you ever been offered a courtside seat to a championship before?
Jeremy, you ever been up close to a game before?
No, never in my life.
Another bad example. He's
certainly not a finals game.
Yeah, certainly not. And you won't be unless you trade Tyler Hero. More on that in a second. Wow. But I assume, look, we're all doing this together. Our show owns the Cyclones. That's always been the way that I view it. It's not a Chris Cody team. It's not a Mike Ryan team. It's a Dan Batard show with Stugotz team. You're right. And Dan's not going to be there. Stu's certainly not going to be there. It would be a real shock if he were.
That would be an upset.
That would be something.
That'd be a swerve.
That'd be something. Text me back. And I assumed, I guess, ignorantly, that everybody here would be super psyched and match our level of excitement. We've been talking about the Battlecore Championship for weeks on end, and I know that you've been busy. It's cool. But I was like, Tony, you excited tonight? Can't wait to see you there, pal. And he's like, oh, I would go.
I would. I definitely would go.
What's your excuse?
It's not an excuse.
Wait, no.
Don't couch it as an excuse.
You definitely wouldn't.
I would. No, I would.
Don't tell me you would when the opportunity is staring at you right in the face.
I've gone.
If you would, I don't remember you going. If you would,
he's been.
Then
you screamed at my buddy Tommy for getting too close to the net that one time. That I don't know who was.
That's a rookie move. You don't walk close to the net.
Okay, but you remember that or no?
Everybody knows that.
I drink a lot at these things.
Okay.
And he's not going. Tony's not going.
He's got like a dryer getting delivered.
I got one of those pods being delivered, and I'm like, at 7 p.m. for first toss.
You have a pod. What does that even mean?
So I'm moving. We bought a house.
You got a podcast
I got to move my stuff. Right. The thing is, we got to move out this weekend, and I got to start doing the work early. Right. They're gonna put the pod in.
What work? You didn't hire a mover?
You got money for a mover, buddy?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
You're doing this all yourself?
I'm doing my brother too, my brother-in-law.
I can't think of
Moving
anything
yourself.
It's only a couple of things. It's
that brother-in-law with the pirated shirts?
Yes.
No, I don't like that.
Moving on your own, sucker behavior.
Wow.
It's not sucker behavior because
it is. You're a sucker.
Wow.
All right.
Hard
So Tony, wow, I didn't expect that this early in the morning.
We only use A's for suckers.
So Tony's out. Very insulting. Jeremy, what's your excuse?
I'm also moving.
Oh, that's a lie. That's
this
gotta
is
be a lie.
rich.
No, so-
how many people can possibly move on a front? You know what? Everybody knows the great window to move is Friday evening. Everybody saves their moves for Friday evening.
Every community has laws that, like, you can't move on the weekends.
So here's what's happening. I already live in my home, but for the last 2 months, I've been out of my home because we had a leak in our house.
Wait, you're serious? We're doing a moving kind of thing as well?
Yeah, there was construction in our house for the last 2 months. Today is the day that we are kicked out of the Airbnb. It's the last day that we have for rent. We literally, as of yesterday, got the sign off to be back in our house. All of the timing worked out great. The unfortunate part is that the timing also meant there would be a controversy with Highline.
This is the bullshit.
I don't like this.
This is the bullshit.
That sounds like bullshit.
All right, now we're moving on.
It's the truth. This is the bullshit.
Now
we're
two people moving.
You calling me a liar?
Waiting for you know what? Everybody loves their weekend plans of moving on Friday
There's
night.
nothing I could do about it.
What are you doing
Insurance would
What
only
are you
cover
doing this Friday?
to today.
Oh, I'm moving.
I have no choice.
And then we turn our attention to Roy.
Roy?
A legacy member of the cast. Someone that I know would love to celebrate a championship. And I said, hey, family friendly. Kids free. This is free to the public. This is the best bargain in town. And I'm like, Roy, you coming tonight? And he's like, I didn't go. That's exaggerating. He's searching, and guess what he told me?
I don't know.
I got one person hosting radio. That's okay. I can Google it. I got two people moving at the exact same time on a Friday night. I don't believe them, but whatever. You know what Roy told me? I'm going to the practice rink.
There's no way. There's no way.
As you know, the Winter Classic is coming down in about 2 weeks, and I have to get my skating legs under me because...
Oh, you're practicing?
Yeah.
I thought you were like going to watch the Panthers practice.
No, the Panthers are on the road. I can't...
You understand how road trips work?
Roy's lacing him up because he's got a big one against the Rags.
Yeah. So, I had to get my skating legs under me.
Okay, hold on.
That's by far the most ridiculous excuse I've heard.
Skating have anything to do with the Winter Classic?
There's a media skate, and I'm going to be a part of that.
When you say skate, that like a game?
Yeah, not a game. Like you get to go on the ice at the ballpark.
Wait a second. You're training for a casual skate around the rink.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
This is not bullshit.
Outside of Rockefeller Center? He's getting his skating legs under him. I go to Kendall Ice Arena like once every 3 years. Trust me, I don't need to train for it. Pal.
I hope at 7.
I'd like to see you skate then.
I do.
Every 3 years.
That is the bullshit. That is the bullshit right there. What are you talking about?
You're the bullshit.
You're the bullshit.
This is a completely fair point that Mike Ryan is making because I haven't ice skated in years, and I know if you took me to an ice skating rink right now, I'll skate my pants off.
Yes.
I would like to see that.
I would not.
He's part Canadian.
You don't forget how to skate. Like I could
skating is like riding a bike, Zach?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
For you, maybe.
It is.
If you didn't ever know how to skate, though, and you're learning.
Yeah, but he's learned. Yeah, the learning's been done.
He's already a learned skater.
Yeah, he's a learned skater.
At 7:15 tonight, when like the intense moment, if we're about to have first toss, I want just a cut to what Roy's doing.
He's just at an. This is insane. Yeah, I thought he was training for a media game because that's what I heard a year ago when he began his training, and now it's just a casual jaunt around a rink in a baseball park. I've never once in my life gone to Kendall Ice Arena and been like, "Damn, I should have trained for this."
You gonna go backwards?
I'm gonna try.
Roy, you just learned how to skate?
Yes.
How long ago?
I learned how to play on skating about a couple months ago.
And what about learning how to actually skate?
How to actually skate, not intensely before this year. So, no, it was really the first time I really learned how to skate.
Wow. When you first got out there, were you out there like with the bullshit where, you know?
No, with the sled? No.
Yeah.
No.
We have a live look at what Manu is doing this morning to prepare for tonight's
That guy
battle
plays
court.
for you?
That's the best backcourter in the world.
That guy plays for us.
That's your boy?
That's your boy?
Manu LaDouche.
That is AI. I don't want people to think he's actually
He
smoking.
doesn't smoke
But that's
on
what we
game days.
imagine he's doing right now.
Holidays, fun. Holidays as a dad, tough. Travel, gifts, matching pajamas. Don't get me started on matching pajamas. It's hot in Miami. My wife says, why don't you want to do this with us? My daughter's crying. Anyways, school parties, hosting a family. Next thing I know, I basically put Christmas on my credit card and have no idea what I spent where. If you want to keep your finances under control this holiday season, you need to be using Monarch. Rated Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app at 25, Monarch's the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or on your phone. Right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year, a massive deal. Monarch showed me how fast a holiday budget was disappearing. Flights, gifts, late night online shopping, and helped me pump the brakes before the bill hit. Now my wife and I do quick money check-ins, look at our holiday spending category, and actually enjoy the holidays without starting January and the new year in panic. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DAN at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DAN. And don't give me those matching pajamas, I swear.
You ever find yourself late night scrolling, adding stuff to your cart you absolutely don't need? And then you see it, the beautiful, glowing, purple Shop Pay button. Boom! Checkout done. You didn't even have to get up and find your wallet. That, my friends, is Shopify magic. That little purple button means that store is powered by Shopify, which doesn't just make it easy to buy, but ridiculously easy to start and run your own business too. Whether you're a giant like Mattel or Gymshark or just launching something weird from your garage, like Greg Cody's garage, Shopify has your back. Let's be real, if we can run a show with this much chaos, you can run a business with Shopify. With hundreds of beautiful templates, tools for payments, inventory, analytics, marketing, it's all in one place. And yes, that purple button, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Shopify, it's how real businesses get built. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard. Shopify.com/Batard.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan. Happy holidays to you and to our tremendous partners of almost 20 years, Miller Lite. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. It makes the holidays special. It makes the football games special. It makes family gatherings and friendship time extra special. I make all those times Miller time. And during the holidays, most of my favorite memories start the exact same way. I crack open a Miller Lite, take a look around at my friends and family, and think, yeah, this was the right call. Whether it's a late night hang after a holiday party or standing around a fire pit with the family, Miller Lite just fits. It's a taste you know you can depend on, and it's brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And at just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Batard.
My algorithm on Instagram is, Dan, it's all boobs.
Stugotz.
It's a good algorithm.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Boy, I want to hear who, and we're going to get back to the clones, all right? I want to hear who else is skating in this media skate.
Well, I don't know. I just know that the league emailed me.
I'm gonna text.
They emailed you to be like, "Hey, Roy, do you want to skate before the game?"
I'm texting Peter Black.
It's not.
Hey,
it's not
before
the
for
game.
this casual skate.
What is it?
It's like, I don't know, maybe a week or two, or a week before the game or something like
So
that.
it's a week before the game that you're
Yeah.
just going to skate on ice. I could take you to Kendall Ice Arena.
Tell you what, I'll make you a promise. I will go watch your little bullshit skate around and support you if you and the family, including Princess Claire, come out and support the team you co-own tonight. Magic City Fronton, 7 p.m. first toss, Eastern.
You need a credential for the skate there.
For the Fronton?
Are you telling me I can't come to your casual skate?
Hold on a second. You can just
Are you
people
telling me I can't pull a cred? Let me tell you, I'll be there with a lanyard on. All right,
Okay.
I will have a fancy ass lanyard.
He'll
in
wear a
Vice City
hat.
colors.
He'll wear a hat that says press on it.
I will be there.
He'll have level 1 access.
I would
Yes.
love to see you.
Yeah.
He'll be on the ice with you. How about that?
Oh, you got skates?
This is and I don't need
You
to train
own
for it.
skates?
I don't need to train
You
for
own
it. I'll be
skates?
like, well, it's one of those times once an Olympiad, Mike laces them up. And look, I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
Race around the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be okay. This is the bullshit that I was telling you about, Taz.
Wow.
Roy, look at me in my eyes.
Wow.
Bad excuse.
Oh my God.
Roy,
Bad
imagine
excuse.
game 7, and you're like, Chris, you going tonight? And I'm like, I'm going to play volleyball with my friends.
No. Chris is like, I got to practice volleyball because I'm playing in a couple of weeks with my friends.
Roy, what would happen if you didn't go to practice tonight and you show up to the media skate? Like, would you just be You'd be falling down all over the place. Roy, what's the matter? Oh, I went to Cyclones.
You think they're going to be scouts there? Think the Rangers are going to be there? Like, wow, that guy should have trained 3 weeks ago.
You don't know.
I mean, at least Roy's being honest. Jeremy's just making up.
See, I was just thinking to myself, I feel so much better. I feel almost no guilt now because I actually have something to do.
All right, so if we're going to rank...
What are you talking about? You actually
How many more times, Roy, how many more times do you plan on skating before this ultimate practice skate?
Great question.
Hopefully several more times.
Right, exactly.
So you got several more opportunities.
So this isn't just the only opportunity.
That's a worse answer.
You could possibly cancel the plans. I have no choice. I'm under contract.
Your last
I
opportunity
have to be out of this Airbnb.
What even possibly be more important than the Battle Court
I
champion?
more money on this Airbnb.
Is the AC not working?
Gotta tell you,
Unbelievable.
Gotta tell you, a little disappointed in this group. So Mike, Chris, because both of you guys, you'll obviously be there, you're owners. They don't
Fuentes will be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Ethan.
If we haven't
sold you yet, Ethan's going to be there.
Oh my God. If we had to rank level of disappointment.
I'm definitely not going to be there.
If we had to rank level of disappointment with unattendance.
Number one with a bullet is Roy. Yeah. That's the bullshit. Clearly. And I don't believe Tony. Straight up. His excuse is, I got a pod being delivered at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
I didn't say 3 p.m. I said the window is 5 to 7.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
So if we hit that early window, you'll be there.
Yeah.
You said you would.
I said I would.
Yeah. You said you would.
I would.
Opportunity is a knocking.
Yes. Once it knocks, then I'll know. All right.
And
6:35, I'm like, I don't know. I'm in West Kendall.
Lowest on the spectrum of disappointment is Jeremy because, quite honestly, between us, I didn't even want him there. I had to invite him.
Also, keep in mind, this is going to be content for the hockey show. So,
what? This is what content for the hockey show? What? The Dan Batard show with Stugotz owns a flippin' team. Yeah. We can win a flippin' championship. Content for the hockey show. Trust me, your content for the hockey show is going to be fine if you don't get one of your next 6 training skates in. This is the bullshit.
Boy, I did not expect a Friday. We should all be in a great mood today. We should all be excited about tonight, and I did not expect this level
Our mascot's
of
here.
disappointment.
Mascot?
Yeah, name the mascot. Yeah. I don't know what goes with Cloney. Do we call him Cloney?
Ooh, that's a nice name.
George
Cloney.
Cloney.
George Cloney.
It's a nice name.
Yeah. Go get George Cloney. George Cloney.
Bring Cloney in here whenever he's ready. Bring him in here. He can hang out. He could support tonight's efforts. Bring it. There he is. Bring him in. Look at that. Oh, it's a little bit scary because he's a cyclone. I'm a little scared. Oh, here he is. Hey, Cloney, my man, come sit down right here. Just hang out.
Hey, Georgie.
Here you go, George Cloney. There he is.
Can he sit in that is the real question. Let's see. All right, he can sit.
All right.
Great.
It's just gonna be grilling me here.
You know why we're not going to the Super Bowl this year? That costume. You're looking at a $20,000 costume. Worth every penny.
You're a little disappointed, I get it. Hopefully everything works out for you tonight. But let me see if I can try and turn that frown upside down. What's that slogan from? Anyone?
I don't know where it originated.
Lionel Playworld. Turn that frown upside down. Come on.
I'm sure they said that before.
Put that thumb in this direction.
That was the big rival to Toys R Us growing up. Lionel Playworld. Anyway, so...
I thought it was KB Toys.
Oh, KB Toys was a great toy store growing up. They had one in Aventura Mall. I used to love going to KB Toys.
Yeah. You went to... Wait. Weren't you like 18?
Wasn't 18 what?
When the KB Toy Store opened up in Aventura Mall.
No, KB Toys, man. I was a little boy. They had KB Toys. It was right next to JCPenney. Man, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I
get a clue.
That's right. I forget that Aventura Mall was like a mall before they totally redid it.
Yeah, Aventura Mall's been around forever.
Yeah, but like it wasn't worth a note at all until they redid it.
I don't like it now. It's not good now.
It's far as hell from where we are.
Good.
Aventura is so far. How do they still call that Miami? That's not Miami.
That's not.
It's Dade County.
No, it's not Dade County.
Yeah.
It is not. It takes you 2 hours to get
It's
there.
on the border. Anyway, let me see if I could, turn that attitude in a brighter direction. What if I told you guys that Giannis Antetokounmpo might be interested in the Miami Heat? What if I told you that that's the direction that the reports are in right now? That Giannis, there are reports out there that Giannis Antetokounmpo might be interested in the Miami Heat. Would that be something you would be interested in?
I might be interested in that.
Just give me a second. I'm gonna pull out the dent that's in George's eye.
So, Giannis Antetokounmpo, this is according to Howard Beck, a very respected NBA guy. Giannis Antetokounmpo reportedly likes the Miami Heat as a landing spot if he can't land in New York. Quote, again, in doing the Giannis story and talking to people around the league, Miami was suggested to me as a place Giannis would really love to land if it's not New York. End quote. Cloney, how you feel about that Giannis report right there? I mean, come on now.
Shock.
Here's the thing, all right? Giannis can want to go to New York all he wants. I don't see how New York acquires him. And the reason I say is, okay, New York's obviously going to give up Karl Anthony Towns. Fine. But they don't really have anything else to give up. And there's no reason Milwaukee would be in on just Karl Anthony Towns because Giannis is a lot better than Towns, and, you know, they're not any good right now with Giannis, so why would they want Towns? New York doesn't have any draft picks. They have no draft picks that they could trade. So if you're Milwaukee, you can't just build by getting Karl Anthony Towns in return. So Giannis can want New York all he wants, but I don't see it as a realistic destination.
The packages that they could potentially offer would be Towns and some filler of role players that aren't the names you recognize and pick swaps, or they could offer Kat and Mikal Bridges together. But to your point, Zaz,
you need picks.
When you're trading away a superstar, particularly within the same conference, to a team that obviously would be elevating itself, you don't often see a trade like that not be for a haul for your future. So theoretically, a top prospect with high upside plus several picks. And the Heat aren't the only team that can offer something like that. Like if Atlanta was willing to offer Jalen Johnson and several picks, that's like probably the best thing that could potentially happen. But it depends on what both the Bucks and Giannis ultimately want here. And will they handle it the same way that Portland did and just send him wherever they feel like? If he decides he wants out, will they be able to keep a good relationship? Like, these are all the questions that you ask as this unfolds over the next, few months. But we're 3 days away from essentially everyone being open to being traded from every roster. That's starting on December 15th.
And it's like the question is, Milwaukee still doing the thing where they're not listening to offers, even though they're obviously listening to offers because they have to listen to offers, right?
Every time a player has gotten to the point where he's going to request that trade, the team always starts with they're not listening to offers.
Yeah, so we're not listening to the 29 offers that are pouring into our inbox every single second of the day. And then I love the report. It's like Golden State says, hey, we'll trade you Draymond.
Now, hold on a second.
And everybody's like, okay.
Hold on a second. When you say Golden State said, like, what does that mean Golden State says?
There's been conversations said that Golden State would offer Draymond Green as part of a trade.
Okay, so the way you originally said it, you made it sound like Steve Kerr got in front of a microphone and said, yeah, we would trade Draymond for Giannis.
Basically, type.
For Milwaukee, by the way, when we're talking about picks, like this year they have a pick. It's just whichever one is the worst of their pick and New Orleans, likely to be their own pick. But if you look forward in the next few years, they're not going to have a 2027 pick. They're going to have the least favorable of several different teams' picks in 2028. They don't have a pick in 29. They're going to have a pick swap with Portland in 2030. So they have some draft picks available to them, but the real likelihood here is they're going to be looking for some draft capital because even if they struggle over the next few years, their picks aren't going to be great. Now, that is where you could convince yourself, if you're on the Knicks side of this, well, if their own first-round picks are going to be swapped with other teams, they might as well end up with the worst possible pick because who cares, right? If you get a bad pick, the other team's just going to take that from you, and you might want to remain competitive. But normally the way this all ends up working itself out, these teams are looking for a giant haul in return for their superstar. So whether that ends up being, like I just mentioned, if it's Jalen Johnson in Atlanta, there are other teams that can make these offers. But I don't think that they would do it either. Like, that's the thing. I think Atlanta's in the space presently where they've decided, like, that's their guy.
Jalen Johnson could be the best player in the Eastern Conference in 3 years.
Right. And I think that they'd be more likely to move Trae Young as a piece to a team that thinks that could take them over the top or dismantle things around it so they can build around Jalen Johnson than they would be willing to move him in exchange for Giannis to pair with Trae Young. That's where you look at the Miami Heat and you say, whatever their best offer is may actually end up being at the very least near the best offer that Milwaukee can get. And if that's one of the two places that Giannis would want to be, that's where you go. But the weird part about all of this has become, like, normally this show and Heat Twitter are doing all of the hope trafficking. Right now, we've all been sort of like resigned to Giannis won't end up here, and this is all coming from national voices. Howard Beck is not a guy who.
It's funny
just
that you're
says
saying
stuff
that because
to
I
say
haven't
stuff.
seen a ton of it from Heat fans either on social media, where it's like the Heat are going to get Giannis, they should do this, that.
It's finally been broken.
Maybe.
The World Cup is coming back to North America for the first time since '94. 48 teams, these giant stadiums, the whole continent turning into one massive party. I cannot wait. But actually getting tickets to any of this? Yeah, that part is brutal. That's why the Game Time app has been a total lifesaver. It gives the advantage back to us, the fans. You can track price drops in real time, get alerts when seats open up, grab tickets the second they hit the app, all backed by the Game Time guarantee. I'm on the app looking at World Cup matches in Miami because you know I'm not missing that. I'm scrolling through every section in the building. Behind the goal, midfield, lower bowl, upper bowl, and the deals are good. I had great seats locked in within minutes. The experience is so simple and intuitive. 2 taps and I'm done. And the price? No surprises. Fees are included. The seat views are my favorite feature. You get a full panoramic look before you buy. And I love zone deals. Game Time picks a seat and you save even more. Take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. When I think about the holidays, I think about the little moments with my dog, Roma. The ones that make the season feel special. Put little elf ears on her. You know the deal. Take some selfies, post it for people that probably seen it too much. I love my dog. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's why I'm joining Chewy Claus, who's out here making pets' wishes come true. From November 4th through December 24th, you can share your pet's wish at chewy.com/ChewyClaus. It might come true. And it helps others too. Every wish triggers a donation of 5 meals to shelters and rescues across the country. And if you share your pet's wish through the Chewy app, they'll double that donation. That's 10 meals for pets in need, just for participating. I've been using Chewy for years, legitimately. They've made my life easier for me and my dog Roma. Food, toys, meds, all of it shows up fast, no stress. And being part of something like Chewy Claus, where a small thing like a wish can make a real impact, that's the kind of stuff I care about. Every pet deserves a wish come true. Send your pet's wish to chewy.com/ChewyClaus. It might become a reality. Plus, your wish means Chewy will donate 5 meals to pets in need.
One touchdown can change everything. The crowd, the momentum, the entire game. It never gets old. Feel the same rush with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And Missouri listeners, listen up. The Show Me State, baby. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. That's code DAN, D-A-N. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. If your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Don Batard.
If Daniel Day-Lewis did it, you'd be jerking off all over yourself.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I would be.
Aggressive description.
I mean, what is it? What is that?
No, I'm just saying.
No,
you know what?
That's
You're
me.
just saying what?
That's me.
That was
Daniel
something
Day-Lewis
brewed from
does something.
yesterday, yeah.
I see that photo of Daniel Day-Lewis looking like Lincoln before he's about to start filming Lincoln. And you know what I do, Amin?
Stugotz.
I jerk off all over myself. That's what I do.
Lincoln, who you outed the other day?
Don't make this a rejoin.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Why does Mike look like Nick Cage on skates in this?
It's like very Con Air, right?
Yeah, you look.
That's
You look.
me.
You
That's
look like
me with a
Cameron Poe.
lanyard at Roy's skate around, and look how confident I am, upright on my skates, ankles not turned
Nice
in. You know
arms,
why?
though.
It needs the sleeve, but honestly, it looks a little bit more like Frank Kaminsky.
And look, you got the lanyard and the
I
credential.
got the lanyard.
You belong.
I look like Mr. 305 Eats there.
Shout out to George.
Yeah, shout out to George. We like George. George went to the last Battle Court Championship that we were in. We lost that one. We're 1-1 in the Battle Court Finals. Not George Richards. You're such a mark for hockey,
dude,
man.
you get who?
What a
Who the
mark.
hell is George Richards?
What a mark. No, you
Roy,
don't do who that is.
No.
Yeah, back off.
We love George Richards.
He's a
I don't know
great
who
guy.
that is.
Roy,
Mike, you don't know that fool?
Roy,
I don't know that fool.
I'm
Bite your
making a
tongue.
personal appeal. It would mean a lot to me and Chris. I feel like I'm speaking for Chris here. May I?
You may.
We want you there. We want you. We want Anid. We want Claire. We want the Bellamy's.
Princess Claire.
We want them all there at the Magic City Fronton.
Bellamy's.
Yeah, but Roy wants to go skate. He'd rather skate than go to the Battle Court Championship. That's embarrassing.
You shut the f
I'll be there.
Whoa!
In spirit.
Wow.
Dog.
What a dirty fake out.
That was a good psych. That was a good psych.
Mike, I have good news for you,
That was a good
though.
sight.
Yeah.
No.
I can't make it.
That's great news.
Yes. That is
And I'm sending my replacement. Jason will be there.
Oh, I love your brother,
George
Jason.
Harrison. He'll be there in my
Yeah,
stead.
Your brother's
All right.
really
Does he
good
need
when
a plus
he's on this
one?
show.
I'll ask him.
Jason Taché can do whatever he wants around these parts. He is A-OK with me.
So
terrific.
So Jeremy explains there what Milwaukee would want in a potential Giannis trade, and here's where Adam Silver, the softest commissioner in all of professional sports, is really screwing the Heat. All right, because the Heat only have the Heat can realistically put together a package for Giannis. All right, a package that starts with Kela, where of course you're going to throw in Tyler Hero most likely as well, and we'll give you Nikola Jovic too, but. You want to have the opportunity to give all the picks. And the Heat only have 2 tradable draft picks right now. Why is that? That's because the Hornets and the NBA screwed the Heat. All right? And like, Tony, you understand how this works? Like, why?
It wasn't even a screwing. It was a royal screwing, Zaz.
That's right. They screwed the Heat. And what's Adam Silver doing about it?
Sitting on his hands.
Nothing. That's his move. Do nothing. He's doing nothing.
Some people do something. He did nothing.
He does nothing.
This is going to get figured out, right?
No.
Why?
You don't think it's gonna get
What
figured out?
faith do you have in it getting figured out?
It's just so unfair.
Yeah, it's very unfair.
Yeah, maybe there's a memorandum we can send like, hey, guys, this is unfair.
A memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, one of those. Oh, don't get me started on that. I was listening
Memorandum?
Memorandum? I was listening to an Ivan Mizell interview.
What do you say?
On it was actually pretty interesting. Ivan Mizell wrote a book about Notre Dame, and he is also on the college football playoff selection committee.
Yeah.
And he joined a podcast.
Didn't he used to be like a reporter for ESPN?
Yeah,
Writer, yeah. Excellent writer.
He
How many CFP podcasts have you listened to the last couple weeks?
I've listened to a lot of them.
You're a
But
1.5
this-
speed guy, right?
But yeah, I'm 1.75.
Wow.
But
I never do that. Should I do that?
yours adjusts.
1.5 you figure it out. 1.75 is hard.
2.0 is a little crazy, but 1.75.
I read a book about Garth Brooks allegedly being a serial killer in like a day. So, anyways, Ivan Mizell was on this podcast. It was Gene Wojciechowski or Wojciechowski?
I think it's Wojciechowski.
Yeah.
I think it's a Howski.
I think it's Howski.
Pat Forty and some other guy.
What is it?
And Ivan Mizell was on it. And this is the first time that I've heard anybody from the College Football Playoff Selection Committee do an interview. And as you know, Ivan Mizell made news recently because Notre Dame's bookstore canceled an appearance because he wrote a book on Frank Leahy, the Notre Dame coach. So whenever Notre Dame came up in the college
that's not
football,
why they canceled it. They canceled it
Yeah.
because he's on the committee and Notre Dame got left out.
Yeah, Ivan Mizell, by the way, was not happy about that, and they've since rescheduled. In fact, Pete Bavacqua, he reached out to Ivan Mizell to apologize because the bookstore was acting independently. Ivan Mizell was ready for all the smoke. Any hoodles. Ivan Mizell gave keen insight into the selection process, and I thought I would come away encouraged by it. I was more gaslit than ever because
he recused himself, right?
He did. Anytime the Notre Dame Fighting Irish would come up, like a light would go up on his laptop. He's barred from talking about Notre Dame because he wrote that book, and
a light
Stanford.
would come up on his laptop.
A light would, they're all in this meeting room, and anytime they talk about Notre Dame, a light comes up on his laptop to signal to all the other committee members, like, yeah, he can't be here. There are certain like tiers of access. He had access to remain in the room. Some people have to recuse themselves completely and have to leave the room entirely.
Well, yeah, isn't that what happened with Ward Manuel a couple years ago with Michigan?
Yeah, Ivan Mizell was able to stay in the room, just he would have to be, zip up the lips.
Wow.
So Ivan Mizell was there and he was explaining like the whole like Miami, Notre Dame, because it defies common sense that no one in that room until Sunday was like, guys, these two teams played and Miami beat them. But he was genuine in that the head-to-head never came up with Miami, not once. And guys, what are we doing?
You don't believe him.
So I sincerely
do believe him because
him.
someone can come out and say that's not true.
I believe him, but this is where I lost so much faith in the process. His argument for let's say the penultimate episode was BYU in between Notre Dame, who was ahead of BYU and Miami. And the way that they would genuinely look at it is, well, we think BYU is better than Miami, and we think Notre Dame is better than BYU. And that's like, when you hear that in a vacuum, you're like, okay. But Miami and Notre Dame are 10-2, and Miami beat Notre Dame. This is common sense. How can BYU be better than Miami, but Notre Dame be better than BYU if Miami beat the team you're saying is better than BYU?
That's transitive theory.
That's right, the transitive property. This is common sense. This is applied in AP rankings since the dawn of the AP rankings. Yet for whatever reason, these 13 people never thought until Sunday that this was ridiculous. It boggles the mind. And I came away saying, thank God for this weekly show. Thank God for it. Even though it's like a dog and pony show, even though it was part of the problem that Notre Dame rightfully has with this process, it holds people accountable. Because in that room, those folks, clueless. Wow. They're clueless. And I like the fact that there is a weekly show to hold people accountable so you can get outraged. And yeah, does it farm outrage? Absolutely. 100%. That's part of the deal. But some of that outrage is warranted, and it could actually bring about change.
In all seriousness, instead of having these athletic directors and people who we don't necessarily believe are the most informed, why can't they have, some of the top college football media people who we know are well aware of everything that goes on with all of these schools and these teams and what have you? Like, why does it have to be these athletic directors who we don't necessarily trust?
It should never be an athletic director. I don't understand why it should be. Even though I
why can't it be top college football media people?
It should be like 13 Ivan Mizells.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Tim Kirkchin.
There is such a conflict of interest with an AD being in that room. Crazy. This is such a transient
There
business.
should not be a scenario where, in this case, it's Ivan Mizel. There should not be a scenario where someone has to recuse themselves from a conversation.
There is, you've known ADs. That very rarely do they stay at one school. They've all gone through some sort of climb. They've been at other schools. They all know each other. They all have relationships. When you're having an SEC conversation, you can't have the chairperson getting daily calls from Greg Sankey because he's the athletic director at Arkansas. Yeah. This is beyond stupid.
Zaz, you know ADs?
No.
Well, you know about them.
I mean, yeah, I know about them, but I don't know those fools.
You know about them.
I know about them, but I'm not trying to conversate and hang out with ADs.
Suffice to say, they're not soup to nuts over there in their administrator role. They have a climb. They go to other schools.
Yeah.
They get recruited over by headhunters, and they put them in place over there. It's asinine that you have athletic directors in this room. What keen insight would an athletic director have over, say, Desmond Howard? This is stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
What are your I understand why Mark D'Antonio is in there. I understand why Chris Alt is in there.
And by the way, why is an athletic director spending so much time watching other teams' football games as opposed to paying attention to his athletic department, like his job?
Yeah, that was another thing. I don't think they watch these games. Like, he made a whole big deal about the Saturday. Like, we watched the noon game, then we took a little break, and they skipped the SEC. They didn't sit there for the SEC championship. They went back for the Big Ten title game. No wonder Alabama stayed where they're at. They didn't watch it together. What is this process? Who let him speak?
Jeremy, you got the Mac Daddy offer for us?
Well, I've been doing some research here into the protections on these picks.
Go on.
And why the Heat can't trade 4 first-round picks. They can only trade 2.
Right.
Now, what this is in 2027, the pick that they have going to the Hornets and in the Terry Rozier, Kyle Lowry
Where
deal,
Adam Silver's just sitting around.
is lottery.
Sham trade, by the way. Sham trade.
Okay, but even with the sham trade, this is where I'm at.
Jeremy, you'll admit Adam Silver's sitting around doing nothing.
Oh, it's
right?
garbage. Yeah. It's garbage the way that this is being handled.
I'm glad.
But this is
I think it's Sham's trade.
This is the interesting part of what
Is that
could
a
happen
sham trade
here.
or a sham trade?
Steve Martin, too.
The Hornets and the Heat could negotiate to unprotect that pick in 2027. So officially, that pick would convey in 2027, and the Heat could trade 26, 28, 30, and 32.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
You can't trade back-to-back years.
What did I just say?
26, 28, you just said. Yeah. But they're going to give 27. That would be back-to-back years.
You idiot.
You
can't
can.
do that.
You. I know that
We are
if
in the
they,
league.
That is
if they
embarrassing for you.
if they unprotect this pick in 27, the Heat will be able to move. That's been the conversation.
They
the whole
won't be
time,
able
is
to
they can
trade
move 4
28.
picks. So it may be the other way. It would be 27, 29, 31, 33 at a certain point. So what
if they unprotect 27 and it's going to convey there no matter what, then
There-
the Heat can
there's
trade
a scenario
29
here.
and 31.
There's a scenario here in which the Heat would be able to trade 4 picks.
Yeah,
I'm a little
if Adam
confused.
Silver gives the Heat their pick back.
It's not well, okay. Either way, what I was going toward is the Hornets, just like the ACC commissioner, need to do the right thing. The Hornets need to negotiate in good faith this time, not in bad faith, not like Dan Le Batard yesterday in his argument.
I hate bad faith.
Bad take,
They need
too.
to negotiate in good faith and help the Heat get to a space where they can have more picks available, even if it's just a second-round pick swap, to be able to help them have the most draft capital possible. And if they do, you're offering essentially everything that's valuable in the cupboard except for Bam Adebayo.
I'm getting worried about George Cloney. Because it feels like our air conditioning cut off here.
Yeah, it's a little hot.
I mean, it has to be hot.
He
for
hasn't
him.
moved in a few minutes. Oh, okay.
All right.
How sweaty are you?
Is it sweaty under there?
Ask him on a scale
George?
of 1 to 10 how sweaty he is. I don't think he can hear me, Zaz.
Yeah.
You got to ask him.
Yeah, ask him how sweaty he is.
Yo, how sweaty are you?
Scale of 1 to 10.
Sweaty.
he spoke.